ever had any other.
No. There was
siblings.
never any other children. Okay. Now you're being recorded. Okay, so we've got Jerry Dean, Tommy Dean, Linda Kay, Michael Houston.
Yeah.
1940. All right, so you and Grandpa, what do you remember what month you and Grandpa met? Just before month.
He was born January the 20th, 1922.
Let's see. 1/20/22.
Hey, that's my mom's birthday, January 20th. That's my mom's birthday.
Oh, it is January 20th.
And your
Well.
birthday is September 9th. What year?
What?
Your birthday is September 9th. What year?
1924. 9/9/24. Even the little ones, Michael and Crystal, had heard it, and ever since they've been just business with doctors.
Right.
That's all I said.
Okay.
9/9/24.
You and Grandpa met in 1940. What month did y'all meet, or what month did y'all get married?
June. We met in June. We married in June.
And he died in June.
1st of June. We married the 28th of June.
Okay, so
1940. We was in a hurry.
Apparently, you said you only knew him 6 weeks
I
before
don't
you
know
married
why
him.
we were like in that big rush. I have no idea.
I think I know.
We know why you were in a hurry, Grandma.
Well, maybe because we started a family pretty soon, but not soon before.
No, Grandma. I mean, y'all didn't have Jerry Dean until 1941, December of 1941. So it was 18 months later before you had the first baby.
Right.
So you were practicing.
I don't know what a hurry was because I was not pregnant.
Never said you were, Grandma. I know you a little bit better than that. Okay, so now
That
we
was
lost. When did
back in
Jerry?
my day, that was almost unheard of.
Yeah, it was. When did Jerry Dean die?
January the 21st.
Of
He was born in
1940.
December, and he died in January.
What'd you say? The 21st, January the
21st.
21st.
Because Pete's birthday's the 20th, and he died
Died the day after Grandpa's birthday.
It was in the night, so they took it 20.
So it went beyond his birthday, yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, how long have you and Grandpa lived in this house? When did you buy this house?
We moved to Sorrel in '62, and I believe it was '65 that we bought this, because we had lived in 2 different places before we bought this old hut. Tommy's made almost a mansion out of it, what it started out. This old building, 2 rooms, was all that was started it, and they had added, there was like a hallway to the bathroom through the from the living room.
Yeah, because Sammy says the door wasn't there; it was over there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
When I
And
was
this was
little.
all like a Florida type of room.
Oh, Tommy's done so much changing. Like that window already now. See, it did match the other one.
So you've been in Surreal 60 years? Because this is 2012.
In 50 years. 62.
Yeah.
Don't make me older than I am, girl.
Sorry, I went to Hopewell
Yeah, we
High
moved
School
here
in
in
Virginia.
62. Because Tammy was born up there in the hospital.
And my sister was born in 62, December. I thought
December
she
6th.
was- Thought she was born December 18th. I don't know why. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. And Tammy's yours. I mean, y'all adopted
And I
Tammy.
think it was about 65 that we got this house. 'Cause I think Michael had already got out of school and gone into the Navy.
Okay, well, you moved to Surreal in 1962. You bought this house in 1965, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then the grandchildren start coming. All right, so then the first grandchild was Penny. What's Penny's middle name? I don't know.
Penny?
Uh-huh.
That's her name. Penny Arnell.
Arnell?
Arnell. Linda named director Pete as close as she could get to it. He was Arnold. And her name is A-R-N-E-L-L.
A-R-N-E-L-L. Oh, boy. Alright, so
Her
Penny's
her
born in
name was
February.
House.
Yes, she was born in
Okay.
House.
She was born.
Well,
Unless I
mine's
get
a whole
calendar,
different.
I can't remember all the.
No, she's February. Because the girls aren't far, I mean, the sisters aren't that far apart. She was born in February of 1964. I came along, born in Mathis, then adopted as a Studdard in April of 1966, which you gave my daddy the money to adopt me, correct? Is that right?
What?
You and Grandpa gave Daddy the money to adopt me.
We gave him our permission, but it was nothing lawful.
No, you
We
gave
just
him
let
the
him know that
money.
we agreed.
Right. Daddy always said that y'all gave him the
Yeah.
money.
Well, it was agreement rather than by law. We didn't ever do anything by law.
Do what?
We never.
It was a gentleman's agreement, basically. She wasn't gonna fight.
Right, well I knew that.
Well,
Because
but,
they're the ones.
But we agreed for him to have you.
Right. There was never.
any doubt about that.
But she's.
Right.
I don't think she got the money part. I don't think she.
Okay, you and Grandpa gave my daddy the money to have the adoption done because he didn't have the money to change my name.
I don't remember that part. Those kind of things skip my mind pretty fast because I don't dwell on stuff like that.
No, you don't, do you?
A gift to somebody is a gift. You do not expect it back. That was our gift. Not only to you, but to your daddy. So I didn't expect it back. If you want to pay me now, I'll take it. I got a $500.
Well, if I wouldn't have flown out here, I could have gave you money.
Discover bill coming up, little over $500.
Okay. So now, out of Penny had the first great grandchild. No, wait a minute, I forgot about Jerry. All right, so then we got Jerry Dean, because he was named after.
I don't know.
When was Jerry, my cousin Jerry, born? Tom and Paula's first baby.
It was after Tammy.
He was born
It's
after
in
me.
January. I think it's the 21st.
Okay, what year, Grandma? Because I was born in '66.
By that years, I
He
get
was born
lost.
in like '70s.
Probably. The year I can't keep up with.
All right, but you said February?
January
January, I'm sorry.
21st.
All right, I gotta get the year
I
straight.
think it was the same day as our Jerry,
Wow, is that weird?
the first Jerry.
Really? And he's a Jerry
That may
Jerry
be
Dean
wrong.
Grizzle
I
too.
may
Okay,
have that
and that's
stuck
fine.
in my mind.
Okay, then it was
Andrina. And her middle name is Ray. I think she spelled it R-A-Y-E. I'm not sure.
okay. Well,
Okay.
do you remember when she was born? Or a year? Mainly a year.
A year, I like to say, I have these things on my calendar, but I don't have the year they were born. And I'm losing their age fast. I couldn't more tell how old
Jerry
you are
was-
than I could rise and fly.
I don't want you to know either, but that's okay. All right, so then we got Uncle Mike's, John, and what did you say, Jason?
Jason. See, John's middle name is Michael. John Michael. And Jason Doyle. D-O-Y-L-E. He was named for his grandpa.
D-O.
D-O-Y-L-E. Doyle.
Okay, and you don't. know when the boys were born? Because I know they're the youngest. They were born after Jerry and Andrina, right? Or before Jerry and Andrina?
Mike's got the
I
adopted
know,
girls.
I know that. We're gonna add the girls too because they're a part.
But that was his only two.
Okay, so we're at least getting them in order. So now, then they adopted Hannah first, or
Sarah first.
Sarah first.
And I couldn't tell you what year those girls were born.
That's all right. So we got Sarah and Hannah.
Sarah Elizabeth and Hannah Ruth.
Those are biblical names.
Mm-hmm.
I've got her graduation thing. That might tell you something.
Right. Okay, now that's all the grandchildren. We need a whole new page for the great-grand, well, no, because Samantha and Crystal, because Tammy was adopted by them. Sam, Crystal Dawn. I'm not a good speller. What's Samantha's middle name?
Libra, I think.
Yeah.
Adoption papers for Linda. For Tammy.
I know. Right, so these are Tammy's.
I was already taking care of her anyway.
I know you were. You were taking care of both of the older girls. Alright, so now, grandchildren. I'm getting a history lesson here. Alright, so now we're going to go through the first generation, if we can, of the great-grandchildren.
We may get lost here.
No, we won't. Great-grandkids. I know for a fact that was Jay. Jay was the first great-grandchild born. Penny popped him out at 18.
Right.
Correct?
That's Penny's first one, Jay.
Jay Kohler or something, or
I
another.
don't
Hi,
remember
baby
what
doll.
his middle name is.
It's okay.
Next was
Samantha. So Samantha will be 30 next month.
Yeah, 82. No, she's you're right.
No, because Samantha's not
I
the
haven't
great-grandchild.
seen her since
Samantha's the
graduated high
grandchild.
school. She lives over
It's-
Steamhead.
it's-
Yeah, no,
I'll
it's
tell you
screwy.
her name when I think of it. The youngest one is
Brittany.
Brittany.
No, well, so it was Jay.
Robin.
Yeah, I knew Robin.
That's Penny's middle one.
And then Brittany, because, I mean, it's
Right.
confusing. Then it was Bobby Joe, Ashley Nicole, okay, now, Jerry's baby. What's Jerry's son?
Geraldine.
Yes, what's his son's name? But he has a son. That's the youngest of your
They
great.
call him JD, and I've got
Okay,
to stop a
JD is
minute.
the youngest great grandchild you have.
Right. His
It's
name is
John
Jerry,
and
and he's named after his grandpa.
it's all right. We're just gonna go JD.
That's why Jerry.
So
What in
Jay
the
was
world is
born.
They call him
Junior's
Junior.
Name.
I don't,
Junior,
I don't know
but-
what his real name is. I've always heard him called
I
Junior.
know, I've heard it, and I know that's what JD's middle name is for his grandpa. It's a name from way back.
Okay.
You know, like they used to use, and I can't.
I can always get with Aunt Paula on all this stuff too.
But
Alright.
he's called JD.
Okay, we got little JD. He's the youngest great grandchild. Now, from the great grandchildren, you have two greats. Alright, so now Jay has had how many kids? How many
Who?
Jay? Penny's oldest.
I don't know. I've never seen them, but I've been told he has 2, but I've never seen them.
And they live here in
I
Surreal.
know Brittany has 2.
Right. Great. This is great.
Cash,
Alright, hold on.
what's that little girl's name?
Alright, so Jay has
There's
2.
going to have to be about 3 of her. Have you ever seen her?
Yes.
Oh.
Alright, Robin has not had any children. Alright, so it's Brittany has
As
2.
far as I know,
far as
Robin
we
has
know.
never even been married.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Well, let's not go down that road. So Brittany has 2. Nobody else has any. Because if you consider in the family dynamics, actually, these are the great-grandchildren too, but it's confusing.
Well, yeah, with the adoption, it just
With
bumped
the
them up.
adoption, it bumped them up. Okay, so you... Alright, you have 5 children. Out of your 5 children, 1 is deceased.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all lost him as a baby. Okay, out of the 5 children, you have 8 grandchildren.
I know it's a bunch.
No, I missed 2. Count that again. I forgot Samantha and Crystal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 grandchildren. You got that, Grandma?
I guess.
I'm going to test you after this is over, okay?
I hope.
Okay. Now we're on to the great-grandchildren.
Oh, boy.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 great-grandchildren. Out of those...
Is yours in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Out of... Alright, now great-great-grandkids. You have 4. So...
Well, there's
4.
Cash and his sister. And
Jay's kids.
Jay's 2 kids.
who?
Jay. Penny's oldest.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how many Jay has.
I thought it was 2. Andrina has no children yet.
No.
Okay.
Jerry has 1.
Jerry has 1, and I've got him. We're going for him by JD. I want to get with Aunt Paula and Uncle
You
Tommy about all
haven't given me any yet.
great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
No.
Hope not.
No. Bobby, Joe, and Ashley. Yeah. Hopefully,
Well, they're old enough. If
They're
they
only
started
20
as
and-
early as we did.
they're only 20 and 23. I have, besides JD, no. Yeah, I have, JD is your youngest. That is Jerry's baby. That is your
That's
youngest
The youngest
great-grandchild.
Not great.
No, that,
Great.
he's just a
Okay.
great. Then it's Ashley, Bobby, Brittany, Robin, and Jay. That's your great-grandchildren. Okay? We don't know Jay's kids, and I know one of Brittany's kids is named Cash. We forgot these 2 in
I can't think
here.
of that little girl's name. I know it, but I can't think
Alright,
what
wait a
it
minute.
is.
These are great-grandchildren. These are considered great-grandchildren, right?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, we forgot about 2.
Yeah, they'd be. Although in reality it would have been great, but right now they're
now-
considered great.
Alright, so I totally forgot about my wonderful niece and nephew. So
Well, that was the first time I've seen Cash and
Michael?
his sister was when we had the 5th generation picture. And
Okay.
the only time I've seen them.
Michael.
They live over at Cement.
Okay, I miscalculated, Grandma. Please forgive me. You're going to be tested after this too,
Oh, no,
cameraman.
I haven't been paying attention. I just kinda,
Okay, I'm sorry. We missed 2 grandchildren, great-grandchildren. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 great-grandchildren. 4 great-great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
Ten grandchildren. You only had one husband though, okay?
Right. One's enough, honey bunch.
I tried it
We
twice,
had
Grandma.
55 years.
55 wonderful
Like
years.
20 days, I think, haven't.
Yep, you did. And what day did Grandpa die on? Did I write that? I don't have that written down, Grandma. I know he died on June. No, what day did Grandpa die?
Oh,
I know it was 95. I want to say it was a June 13th, 14th. It was right around me and Jimmy's
you may have to go
anniversary.
down to the cemetery and find out. I can't remember what.
All right, we're just gonna go with 1995.
It was in the summertime.
I know it was. Me and Jimmy were on a cruise.
I can't remember what month.
It
and
was
what
June.
day.
I know it was June, and I want to say
It's
it.
June.
For some reason, the 17th is popping in my head.
I don't know.
Linda Kay would know, but oh well. Okay, and you're still kicking. All right, and then you and Grandpa bought this house in 1965,
Yeah.
and you've actually lived in Surreal all your life for the most part.
But we moved here in 1962.
Mhm.
No, maybe 60. Because we lived in a house out there a couple of years before we bought this, so we had to be here in 60. Because we lived in 2 different places. Very different. At least 2 before we bought this.
Cool. Remember the first date Grandpa took you on?
Come again.
Do you remember the first date you and Grandpa went on? Where did he take you?
Church.
Well, I know you met at church, so you had your first date at church too?
Our first date, we had company with us. His nephew, Russell Dodge, and we went to a movie.
Do you remember what movie you seen?
No.
No?
No, I barely remember going. Huh?
No, you don't.
I'll tell
You
what,
remember
you
it.
sure lose a lot over the time.
You know what, Grandma? You've not lost nothing.
How much did popcorn cost?
Do you remember?
What?
How much did popcorn cost? Or how much did the movie cost? How much did you cost Grandpa?
A dime, I think.
Can you
Wow.
imagine?
That was a lot of money back then. I'm going to ask you a question. I need to see if you can remember it. How much did Grandpa make back in 1940 when y'all got married?
Didn't make anything. He farmed for his dad because his dad had something wrong with a wagon or something, messed up his back.
How long did Grandpa work on that farm after y'all got married?
We moved them into the little town, Franklin, about 6 months after.
So you moved to Franklin when you got married? Franklin, Oklahoma?
No, when we married in Norman. I can't tell you whether it was Norman or Moore, because I don't know where the preacher's property, what county it was in. But we went to his home. But
They didn't get married in a church.
I think on the marriage license it was Norman.
Okay. So Norman, Oklahoma. So then where did you work?
Did I work?
I didn't. Don't bite my head off, Grandma. I meant, did you work outside the home after you and Grandpa got married?
Well, no, he wouldn't allow it.
Exactly what I thought. Okay.
That's old school, honey
I know
bunch.
it is.
That man did not know where the kitchen cabinet was, and I didn't know anything about his work.
There you go.
It was half and half. He did help me with daycare. I got a company.
Yes, I remember that.
He did help. He would put the dishes in the dishwasher or take them out. He never did cook.
And didn't Grandpa, he drove a oil freight, an oil tanker?
His first job was on a dairy. We lived in their basement in one room and had a stove that was fired by gasoline. And this old lady was too pop-eyed scared to ever try to light that thing. So I'd get everything prepared. When he'd come in from his dairy and farm work, he'd light the stove. We'd get the water hot. And when he left, I'd wash the dishes. But he turned that stove on and off. I wouldn't touch it.
That gasoline's dangerous.
How long did y'all live in that one room?
Oh, about a month. Not long. Then we went to another dairy job, which was in Norman, called Leach's Dairy. Then he was not only milking, but he was delivering the milk.
And that's when he started driving the trucks? The big trucks, or just a regular
he started
truck?
driving the big truck after he came out of the Army.
When was Grandpa in the Army? Do you remember?
Some sergeant, but I can't tell you what.
No. That's the reason why y'all got married so quick, because he went to the military?
He went in, I think it was 45, I think.
He didn't go in the military until after 5 years after y'all were married?
I guess not. I know he served about 2.5 years in.
Where? Korea?
Oh no, he was in Europe.
I'm getting him and my brother mixed up.
Your-
He was in the war zone, but I can't tell you where.
But your brother was in the Pacific, and wasn't Pete in Europe somewhere?
My brother was in not Hawaii. What's the other island?
Okinawa?
Yeah, and the Japanese took that town or city, state, whatever it was called, and he was prisoner. And they moved him somewhere else. He was in a camp 10A, Palawan or something like that. And when they were going to liberate those boys, they poured gasoline, run them in an air raid shelter, poured gasoline on them, set them on fire.
Japanese can be mean. That's
His grave is in St. Louis, Missouri, with all these men that was killed in that one fire. And he was a young man because he never married. He always helped Mom make a living after my daddy left. He left Mom with 9 children.
yeah.
But he finally came back, made a dad and a husband. But Mama would not let him come back till he married her.
Now what happened? Did you by the luck of grace of God, there was a flood, and you were saved because you were on the outside, and wasn't a brother or sister swept away during a flood with your father?
Yeah, there's 2. Mom was carrying the girl, and Dad was carrying me and my brother.
You were upriver, and your brother was
And
downriver.
his name was Steve, and the water washed Stephen out of Dad's arm. Why I was saved, I don't know. Unless it was to give Kathy all this information that I can remember. I don't know why I was saved, but the little
She was
girl was
upriver.
washed out of Mom's arm.
I didn't know none about,
Yeah, his
nothing
bro-
about this.
yeah.
Okay.
Got swept away in
You
the
want
river.
to take a break for a few minutes?
What?
I'm going to take a break for a few minutes. You've worn me out. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette, Grandma. I'll be back. Let's take a break from this. You've given me a lot of information.
Well, I hope it's correct. Best I know.
We'll never know. Seems like it's
I
correct.
believe it.
Pete there was 11 children in his family.
They didn't have TV back then.
5 boys and 6 girls.
How many was in your family?
14. Mom
You
had
told me-
2 sets of twins.
You told me that you said that I guess my great-grandma said every time Grandpa took his pants off and put them on the bedpost, she was pregnant.
That's right. When you have 14, and what years that they lived together before he took off with another lady.
Do what? No.
You know why? Because he
And
wasn't
left
getting
us
any.
to starve.
She stayed pregnant the whole time. So how many more children did
That
he
was
have
when my
after?
oldest brother had to help Mom. He worked at stockyards. First he was doing nasty work. Then he became receiving clerk, which he was receiving the cattle. And he went into the army after Mother got some help from the state. Up to that he was helping her. And he didn't make it back.
So
He died a horrible death.
He was the one that got burnt up
In the
by the
army.
Japanese.
what is that? That's not one.
Japanese captured. Corregidor
Corregidor?
is the name that he was on. And they took him to an
And what was?
Palawan.
All right. What is your what's your maiden name?
Fletcher. I do remember that.
What was his name? His full name?
My dad,
No, the one that died on the whatever that got burned.
Houston Everett,
My pen's running out.
and he's buried in the grave with 109 men or something like that in the
Everett.
Jefferson Barracks Cemetery in St. Louis, and all the names of those boys are on one plaque.
I know I spelled it wrong, but I'll get it straight.
And you want to know about the other brother? He was kind of a drunk. And temper.
I said there was 14 of y'all,
Huh?
and there was 14 Fletchers.
Yeah, but they didn't all live.
Okay.
Okay. The
All right,
first
so-
was twins, May and Faye, girls.
What's
And
your
they-
middle name, Grandma? What's your middle name?
Mine,
Buddy what?
Dean.
Jesus Christ. If you know what? When I have a grandbaby, my children give me a grandbaby, its middle name's gonna be Dean.
Well, there's a lot of Deans in the family, but that was my mom's surname. Maiden name was Dean. And
She had to run out of names after
No, it was her
14.
grandmother. Her name was Watkins. Her middle name. Mom was.
I mean, 14 kids, don't you run out of names?
I know all their names, but I
Okay. Well, that's fine. What were all your brothers and sisters' names?
couldn't. May and Faye
May and Faye were
were
twins.
the oldest twins. They were two girls. Then there was Cleo.
Cleo.
He was a boy, and
Okay.
he died. He lived about 9 months.
Okay.
I don't know what he died from. And my older sister was Ruth.
Ruth.
That's Maddie.
Ruth. All right.
Houston.
May, Faye. I lost somebody in there. May, Faye. Then what was the one that died? The brother, the 9-month-old, or he said he was
Cleo.
Cleo.
You think that was a girl, but it wasn't.
I
It
know.
was a guy.
All right. May, Faye, Cleo, Ruth,
Maddie.
Maddie,
And then Houston,
Houston,
Clyde,
Clyde,
Stephen,
Stephen,
me,
Buddy,
Marvin and Margaret twins.
set of
And
boy
then
and girl.
Carrie,
Marvin and
Marvin and Margaret.
Margaret,
And Carrie Mae
Carrie
and
Mae,
Violet.
and Violet.
Did you get me in there somewhere? I
Yeah,
forgot?
I've given up writing it down.
Don't blame you.
No, I've given up writing it down because I'm getting myself confused. I'm getting it. We're
I
recording
can't
all
tell
this.
you all of them middle names.
No, I'm not.
I barely can remember their names.
Do you know all of Grandpa's siblings' names?
I
No?
don't know if I can come up with them or not.
That's fine, Grandma.
I know he had. My sister married one of his.
That's right. I remember you telling me the sisters
Maddie and-
married brothers.
So there was John. Started off with oldest one was Robert.
Robert. These
Richard.
are all Grizzles. Robert,
Elmer.
Richard, Elmer,
John,
John,
Pete.
Grandpa,
That's
Pete.
5 boys.
Okay. You
And
remember
the
the
girl?
girls?
Was Clara,
Clara,
Martha,
Martha,
Georgia,
Georgia,
Evelyn,
Evelyn,
and Sybil.
Sybil.
I think I must have left one of the guys out because I think there were 6 guys. Either that or left one of the girls out.
You gave me 5 girls. You only gave me 5 girls. Violet was the last
I don't know if
girl.
there was 5 girls or 5 or 6 are boys. I don't know which one was which. I got to,
You're gonna need a nap after this, Grandma.
because I know Robert,
Robert,
Richard,
Richard, Elmer,
Elmer, John,
John, Grandpa,
and Pete.
Pete. So that's only
And
5.
the girls was Clara,
Clara,
Georgia.
Georgia.
Oh, I know I left out Evelyn.
No, you gave me Evelyn.
Okay.
Maybe I miscounted. Evelyn,
And they had 11 children, so I'm missing one, and I think it's the girl.
All right, so let's start off with the girls again. We've got Clara. No, we missed one before Clara, didn't we?
Martha,
Martha, Clara, Evelyn,
Georgia was older than Evelyn.
Georgia,
Evelyn,
Evelyn,
and Sybil, and
Violet. Violet and Sybil. Or is Violet one of yours?
Oh.
There is 6 girls. Oh, Lord. Hold on, Grandma. I didn't write nothing down.
Oh, I know which one we left out was Jess.
Yeah, she didn't say
Jessie?
that one. She didn't say that.
Jess. I didn't-
Jess.
Okay, Robert and Jeff.
So Jess was a boy. There was 6 boys and 5 girls. Okay, so Robert, Jess,
I say though I
Richard.
missed one of them.
Yeah, okay, we got it. Robert,
Oh,
Jess, Richard, Elmer, Grandpa.
Well, which one did I say I left out?
Evelyn? You didn't say Evelyn.
No, boys.
Oh, boys. Oh.
You
Yeah.
said there were 6 boys, so we got
I think there
Richard,
were 6 boys.
Richard,
and 5
Jess,
girls.
Robert, Elmer, Grandpa. What was the last one after Grandpa?
Yeah, he was the baby of the whole clan.
All right, so 5 boys and 6 girls then?
Which boy was that I missed?
So 5 boys and 6 girls?
I've got 6 girls. I thought it was the other way.
All right, Robert, Richard, Jess, Elmer, Grandpa, Pete.
Jess is the one we left out.
Jess. No,
Yeah.
I just counted Jess. I got Robert, Richard, Jess,
Oh,
Elmer,
Oh, okay.
Grandpa.
Okay, I didn't hear you say
That's
Jess.
only 5, as far as I know. That's only 5 Grandma.
But I was thinking there was 6 boys and 5 girls. Mainly the girls.
All right, so let's go over the girls one more time.
Clara,
Clara,
Martha,
Clara, Martha, Georgia,
Georgia, Evelyn,
Evelyn.
and Sybil.
Sybil.
Hey, you're missing a guy then.
We're missing a guy somewhere, but we're gonna take a break, Grandma, because
Sybil was the one that had, what do you call it? Spells.
Epilepsy?
epilepsy.
Epilepsy. I don't think they called it back then.
No, they
just
called them
it
spells back then. That's right.
I don't know if they ever had a name for it.
They didn't. You gave us an awesome history lesson. Do you know when your first sibling was born? Do you remember what year?
Any of them?
Your oldest sibling.
Oh.
You can't remember when they would start being born?
No. I know which ones came in order, but I don't know when they were born.
Oh, okay. Do you know when your parents were married? Before he ran off with a hooch?
I did, but I can't remember now, I don't think. I married in June also.
June was popular.
Seemed to me like they were 25th of June, but
Can't remember the
maybe
year.
1911.
That would be about right.
Seemed like that's what it was. June 25, 1911. That's as close as I can come, baby. I gotta go.
That
check
all
her.
could be researched.
Or I'll have
Thank
to
you,
change clothes
Grandma.
again.